Yo, yo, what's going on, champions? It's Marquise Money Mike Williams, founding member and executive senior director here at JMG Net Worth, coming at you with Saturday morning freedom training. Man, I want to thank everybody for getting plugged in and waking up on this Saturday morning. What's up, Dave? What's up, Keisha? Keish? What's up, All Day Dre? I'm happy you guys are in the building, man, because we're really going to be going over some great information today. So we are going to go over some basics, you guys. And I'm gonna be very, this isn't a difficult training, but it's, what's the word I'm looking for? For lack of a better term, I'll say it's a difficult training, right? You know, it's kind of like when your kid messes up. I won't say messes up, but when you have to have hard conversations with your kid, a hard conversation with your spouse, and it's to build them up. But at the same time, while you're building them up, you have to show them areas of improvement. So this training is an opportunity for improvement and growth. And we're going to start with the foundations. So I'm going to dig into the ABCs to success, and I'm really going to outline the simplicity of why things are set up the way that they're set up, because I truly believe that though you guys have been plugged in and though you guys have been grinding, though you guys have been pushing, I don't think you really understand the true genius, and not to pat myself on the back or anything like that, but the true genius of how things were actually set up, you know. So pay close attention today, you guys. I know some of you may be out and about and doing some other things, but understand this is recorded. So pay close attention and recognize and copy and save the link, because it may be something that you want to revisit later on today or at another time for you to truly maximize the understanding and the value of it, okay? Because, man, this prosperity community that we're building, you know, I'll just keep it 100, man. You know, out of all my successes, I've never been able to do it without a team, okay? I've never been able to do it without a team. You know, I got to have people to be able to build up and sow and pour into, right? Gotta have people. But as I'm going to teach you today, it's just as important to understand and know the wrong people to work with as it is to know the right people to work with. So let's get into this information, you guys. Let me go ahead and make this full screen over here. For anybody who's been to my house or to my office, you know, the TV is that way. So I got, you know, the split screen because the girl stole my other screen that was on my desk, you know. So while my head is hitting hard, you know, turn this way, it's because I'm looking at where my slides are, you know. So don't think I'm crazy or anything like that. I am kind of crazy, but, you know, that's not why my neck is bent the other way and I'm looking like that. All right. So share my screen. All right, so testing, 1, 2, 3. We are going back to the basics. If you got people on your team, go ahead and shoot them a text, shoot them an email, shoot a carrier, a message in a bottle and throw it at them, because they don't want to miss this training, you guys. They don't want to miss it. All right, so first and foremost, want to welcome all the new champions to the team. You know, we got several people who've been jumping in this week, and we're excited to have you guys a part of the prosperity community. Okay, some of you have jumped in and you haven't fully completed the 24, which was previously the 48-hour pre-launch. And I'll explain why I switched it up here in a second, but you haven't completed it, you know. So besides the activities that are needed to be completed within the 48-hour pre-launch or 24-hour pre-launch, you know, you can consider this as you going through the training. Okay, you know, so if you're on today and you haven't completed the ABCs to success, shoot me a message and let me know that you're on today, and we'll go ahead and update your status and get you to those places where you can finish those tasks and things of that nature. So the focus Institute, the ABCs to success, the moment that you sign somebody up, right? And we're going to talk about how to properly sponsor somebody as well, because one of the things that I've realized over the course of the last year, as I've been tweaking and working with the Focus Institute, and I apologize because some of you have been guinea pigs. And I apologize because I've actually dropped the ball with some of you, and I can admit that. I can be accountable for that, and I'm apologizing. That's one of the reasons that we're going back to basics, to get you guys with the clear understanding of how the ABCs to success is supposed to work. You see, I created the ABCs to success because I've been immensely successful in every home business that I've done. I haven't done a lot, but the ones that I've done, I've crushed it. And that's why I've been able to be a 7-figure earner. But what I found is that it troubled me that everybody wasn't able to find the success that I was able to find. And we'll talk a little bit about the population and the different types of people in the population later, because I found that was a major part of it. But at the time, I also recognized that a big part of my success was because my influence, and I was outgoing, and I was able to jump on a video and say, yo, and not care what nobody thought about me, right? It was based on my personality. But because it was based on my personality, everybody wanted to only work with me. I was hands-on. I was flying everywhere, doing meetings. I was doing 3-way calls. I was working with people. But at the same time, guess what? I was missing my wife's birthday. I was missing other important events that were important to my life, because I was telling myself I had to grind to make it happen. I had to push. I had to sacrifice, right? Well, it wasn't until a guy opened my eyes one time, and he said, you know, he was a white surfer dude, actually, right? He said, Money Mike, dude, you can't preach the dream and live the nightmare. I was like, well, what do you mean? He said, you're talking to all these people about financial and time freedom. And he said, yeah, sure, you're making all the money and that's great, but how are you enjoying it? How are you enjoying it? Yeah, I had a nice house. I had nice cars. My family didn't want for nothing. But as I was building, if I sat down, then all the production sat down, right? So I had to get back up and I had to keep moving. And I equate it to those old school locomotive freight trains, right? Those old school locomotive freight trains. If you imagine there's somebody in the engine compartment who's shoveling coal into the engine, right? And obviously more people shoveling coal into the engine is going to make it go faster. So what happens, what happened in my business and what happens in a lot of people's business who don't have a system is they're shoveling coal and they're getting tired and they say, you know what, we can go faster if I get somebody else. So I go get David, right? And now me and David are shoveling coal. And the train is going fast. It's rolling, right? But I'm like, yo, okay, David got the hang of it. So now I'm gonna go sit down, right? I'm chilling. I'm in management mode, right? I'm gonna put my watch on the charger because it's saying it's low. Boom. Is it on the charger? Not quite. All right, there we go. All right, so that thing is rolling. When I sit down, Dave is shoveling coal still, but it's back to like I was shoveling coal by myself. So the train slows down. Dave has the same idea as me. Dave says, you know what? Man, I'm gonna go get Keisha. So now Keisha and Dave are shoveling coal and the engine picks up again. It's rolling, right? So then Dave comes and sits down with me. Why? Because that's what Dave saw me do. So you don't recruit who you want, you recruit who you are. And the moment that you get somebody started, the moment that you talk to somebody, you're actually training them on what to do. Okay? So now me and Dave are chilling, Keisha's shoveling, and the train slows back down. Just like it did when I was shoveling by myself, just like it did when Dave shoveled by himself. So Keisha goes and gets Dre. Her and Dre, boom. It's like the Willis connection, right? They shoveling, they getting the train rolling. But because Keisha saw me and Dave sit down after we got somebody else. Once she sees that Dre got the hang of it, she goes and sits down as well. And this is the cycle that happens. And this is why there's a lot of 6 and 7 figure income earners that are out of network marketing that are in, because they didn't have a system in place that will work for them. So I created the Focus Institute to be able to plug everybody into 100% of the information. So it's not Dave learning from me and then Keisha learning from Dave and then Dre learning from Keisha. Everybody is learning from the source. So it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how talented you are. You're not hindering or holding anybody back, and nobody's hindering or holding you back. Everybody has an equal opportunity to become successful. So here's the thing, right? Because it's also about accountability. Now, I want you to understand the psychology behind everything that I've done within the Focus Institute, you guys. Why step by step it was designed, and there's really no way to fail unless you give up, okay? And I just want to add a disclaimer here for anybody who watches this video live or after the fact. I'm not talking about anybody specifically in any of my examples, anything that I say. I'm speaking from years of experience, because anybody who may be in their feelings or feel some type of way, you're not the only one who's done what I'm talking about. You're not the only one who feels the way that you may feel. But at the same time, just because I'm not talking to anybody specific, if the shoe fits, then get Cinderella with that thing, all right? Look in the mirror and let's make the adjustments and fix it, all right? So the moment that somebody gets started, right, you take them to the site, boom, they sign up for JMG Net Worth, boom, they sign up for the Focus Institute, right? The very next thing that you want to do, you want to include this in your sign-up process, okay? You want to watch the welcome video with them. Whether you're on the phone with them while they're watching it, whether you're in person with them while they're watching it, whether you tell them, hey, watch this video and then call me back. I don't care if you sign them up at the end of the evening and they're tired. Yo, you can take another 5 minutes, watch this video, okay? It's very important that you watch this video, because what's encompassed in this video and what you want to ask them when they get finished, when you talk to them again, is, do you want to follow our already proven system, or do you want to do things your way? Do you want to follow our already proven system, or do you want to do things your way? Because this clears up a lot of confusion, you guys. This clears up a lot of things down the road when people tend to get off course, or when people tend to get in their feelings, or people tend to, they don't want to do it. They don't want to follow the system. Why? Because they're afraid. Why? Because it's easier to take the path of least resistance and do things what they feel they're comfortable doing. But that's when you got to pull it back in. Hey, you said you wanted to follow our system and not do things your way. You know, is that still the case? You always can go back to that question, all right? And then you want to set the expectation. Hey, we're really serious about growing and expanding this thing. Our goal is to help you accomplish this training within the next 24 to 48 hours. Can you do that? And just so you guys understand, the ABCs to success can be completed within 60 minutes. Because within the 48-hour pre-launch, there's about 20 minutes of content. Within the business launch, there's about 20 minutes of content. All right, so that's about 40 minutes. And the only actionable steps within the 48-hour pre-launch are to know your reasons and to make your list. So if we give about 20 minutes, you know, to that, and that's being very generous. You know, we say the entire training can be completed within 60 minutes. So giving somebody 24 to 48 hours is not something that's unrealistic. And I need each and every one of you listening to the sound of my voice, I need you to stop being empathetic to people just the people in general. Because I get a lot of times I get people who oh man, people are busy, man. They got a lot going on. You know, oh man, you know, people got to do this, people got to do that. I get that. But if people want to be able to get on the level of elite, if people want to be able to lower their taxes, increase their credit score, eliminate debt, and begin to generate wealth, then they're going to have to do things differently. They're going to have to follow the system. I'm busy too. I work with a lot of other people. There's athletes on the team. There's doctors. There's lawyers on the team. But that's why you don't see them, because they're busy. But they still follow the system. They're still exposing. They're still plugging people in. They're still on the call. They just might not say anything because they may jump on later. They may, be on mute. But I want you guys to understand that you have to teach and you have to tell people what to do so that they can accomplish the goals that they want to accomplish. Because if they can accomplish the goals that they want, and keep in mind, when I say they, I'm also speaking to you too. All right. So if they could accomplish the goals and dreams that they wanted to accomplish by themselves, it would already be accomplished. And what happens is people start to justify in their head, oh, I can figure out another way to do it. Oh, I really don't need all this money. Oh, I really don't. I don't got to do this. I don't got to do that. It's not about the money, you guys. And I hope to highlight that to you through this training, that what this movement that we're creating is way bigger than just some money. All right. Yeah, we want to make some money. Don't get it twisted, because that mortgage requires some money. These light bills require some money. The things that the kids and the babies need require some money. That car needs some money. But that's not why we're doing the work. OK. And when you get that out of your head and you get the purpose behind it in your heart, then you'll be able to move a little bit differently. You'll be able to talk with a little bit more confidence, talk with a little bit more swagger, because you understand it's not just about the money. You can make money doing anything. All right. And that's the reality of the situation. So let's dig into the 24-hour pre-launch, right? The purpose of the 24-hour pre-launch is to help you develop the mindset and the success tools to successfully launch your business, right? All right. So 7 keys to success. These 7 keys to success are not just a flashy name, right? This is kind of a cheat sheet. This is kind of the one thing that you could go back to if you find yourself feeling like I'm not as successful as I want to be within the business. You could go back to the 7 keys to success and really just touch, man, have I hit all the 7 keys, right? That's the starting point. Have I hit all the 7 keys? Okay, so let's dig into this. The first key is the Focus Institute system. Focus stands for firmly on course until successful. Some of you in this business and you're a little flimsy, you're a little wavery, right? You got to be firm in what you want. You got to be firm in your understanding. You got to be firm in your grind. You are the CEO of your own JMG Net Worth business. And some of you are more committed to your jobs. Some of you are more committed to the other places that you're working because you feel like it's your security blanket. This is what I do to pay my bills. This is what my career is. But what a lot of people found out over the course of the last year is that your career doesn't love you as much as you love your career. And the moment that you're the wrong line item, the moment that you're on the wrong end of the fence, they will cut you without a second thought. They will cut you without not caring that you have a rent, a mortgage, and babies and things that you got to take care of. So you gotta focus and grab hold of what's yours. All right. And this JMG Net Worth business is yours, right? And the beautiful thing about it is it's not yours alone. You have a support network. You have a prosperity community that's helping you and building you up and helping you to become successful, right? And the system, the reason that you want to follow the system, the reason we ask people in the beginning is because system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. But here's the reality. You can't do anything in life or business without the proper training. You can't do anything in life or business without the proper training. I used to do an exercise where I asked people, what one key thing do you have to be successful? And I would get a lot of different answers: excitement, motivation, and people. And people came up with a lot of great answers, but none of that matters if you don't know what to do. And the Focus Institute gives new people exactly what they need to do. And then we furthermore, every Saturday, we come back with a different advanced training to help them advance themselves in growth and prosperity. All right. But here's something a lot of people are missing. When you got started, we shared with you 4 financial goals, 4 basic financial goals that we have for everybody on the team. And there's a reason for these 4 financial goals. All right. Number 1 is a mini emergency fund. An emergency can become a mere inconvenience if you have a mini emergency fund, right? A lot of people are out here, they're living paycheck to paycheck, and you can live paycheck to paycheck on multiple different levels. Just because you can go out to eat, just because you can buy some things every now and again, that doesn't mean you're not living paycheck to paycheck. The key definition, the key way to find out if you living the paycheck to paycheck is when something happens, when that car breaks down, when something happens to the house, when somebody gets injured, when something happens in the family and everybody needs to contribute. That's when you find out how your cash flow and your money really is working for you. And that's why it's important to have a mini emergency fund, an account that you can pull from in those situations, right? If you came outside and all your tires were slashed, man, that's an emergency. You know how much 4 tires cost these days? But if you got an account that you can pull from and then put it back later, that's just a mere inconvenience. Oh man, I just need to call Tires Plus, get them put on real quick. All right. Number 2, second financial goal, a full emergency fund. Full emergency fund with 6 months of your expenses. A lot of people that I work with, man, this pandemic hit everybody hard. I worked with a lot of people who lost their job, but because they followed the directions and they built that emergency fund, they didn't have to make decisions out of desperation. They made decisions out of logic and what made the most sense for them and their family. See, the Focus Freedom Movement is way bigger than just making more money. All right. We're teaching people financial strategies and skills to be able to enhance their lifestyle, not just for you, but for generations to come. These are different strategies and things that can be passed down to help people live a financially better lifestyle. All right. These are things that I teach my kids. These are things that I teach my nieces and my nephews so that they can understand not to go out and be irresponsible with their money. The third goal is an investment account, right? Now, some of you've already started investing, and that's great. Some of you have 401ks, and that's great. But remember, your future lifestyle is paid for by your investments. But most people are so busy trying to take care of now that they don't have any investments. So that's why I would say, let's get an investment account in place so that you can start understanding how investments work. Something really safe, something like a mutual fund where you're able to see your investments grow. You're able to understand how different investments work, right? And then last but not least, your freedom number. We want to help you obtain your freedom number so that you can begin putting yourself on track and on pace to be able to grow and reach retirement, whether your James G. Net Worth business grows quickly or not. All right. So we can show you how to create wealth, even if you don't make a dime in James G. Net Worth. But the key is to be plugged in and understand that and get excited about it. Right. The system also provides marketing tools, personal development, and financial strategies. So get it. The system is your key to success. All right. So let's dive into these other keys, you guys, because I see time getting away from me, right? Key number two, your why. Why you do this business is more important than how you do this business, because until you know why, the how does not matter. All right. We want to help you achieve everything that your current income or your time limitations will not allow you to have. But how can we help you get what you want if we don't know what it is? And this why is so important, man, because I'll be honest with you, man, we all get tired. We all get frustrated. A lot of us probably even have, thoughts of quitting sometime, because that's what the devil wants us to do. That's what his game plan is. Every single day, his goal is to make you think that the promises and the blessings of God are not possible for you. They're not yours, even though they've already been saved up and given to you. He wants you to think that it's not possible for you and that you should just quit trying. So sometimes, those thoughts creep in your head, man, this thing ain't gonna work. Ain't nobody gonna see this. Man, my people don't get it. Man, I got all this money going out and I'm just tired of spending money. But what you don't get is those things that I taught you about the system. You don't get those intangible things that we're educating you and how we're helping the masses and teaching people. We don't get that wealthy people don't look at how much something costs them. They look at how much something's going to make them. And a little $600 per year or $1,200 per year unlocks so many different benefits and advantages that people don't even realize. But that's why we got to educate them. That's why we got to help them see it. Okay. But if you don't have a vision or why for yourself, grab a hold of ours until you figure yours out. Because the reality is everybody doesn't have a vision. Everybody, when we're young, we dream so big and we got these big aspirations. But as we get older, life just continues to shrink them down. And we limit ourselves and our goals and dreams to what we feel like we could accomplish financially. And we got to stop that now, because now we have a business with unlimited income potential. So our vision is we're a personal and economic empowerment company comprised of a team of like-minded individuals focused on personal growth, spiritual fulfillment, and financial stability. We want to help people grow in all areas of their life. They may get in for the money, man, but so many things, we're going to help them grow in so many other areas and help so many things happen in their life. They may level up in so many other areas before the finances happen. But we will create 100 millionaires. And the 100 millionaires is not so we can say we're balling and we got nice cars and nice houses. I mean, that's a byproduct, that's going to happen. But you have to change the way that you think to make $1 million. And if we have 100 people plus who are thinking on a certain level, we got 100 people plus who have the resources on a certain level, then we could truly make a difference in our economies, in our cities, in our governments. People got to see that vision and they got to see it on a bigger level. Key number 3, being a product of the product. Being your own first customer is important to maximizing your success and becoming a superstar, right? Nobody needs to believe in the products and services more than the person who's going to be sharing them with others. But you got to keep in mind, all your business expenses are totally covered by tax write-offs. You get it right back at the end of the year. So it's never really money flowing out. Yeah, you see it going out of your accounts, but you're getting it all right back at the end of the year. And if you get the rapid pay raise, which is why our strategy is the way that it is, that you're not worried about it because you understand that this money going out brings back this much more money coming in. So you're winning, right? You're winning. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Okay. 4th key, get connected. This is probably really important because a lot of people are on an island, right? And it's easy to lose sight of the goals. It's easy to lose sight of the vision when you're on an island. But when you're a part of a team, when you're connected, man, when you're down, somebody can lift you up. When somebody else is down, you can lift them up. So get connected to our prosperity community online. Like our social media pages. Add yourself to our Facebook group, where I give out private training tips, make announcements, and you can interact with other like-minded people who are excited to change their life. But that last part is important, you guys. And what I don't see a lot of you guys interacting. Like, I'm the only person who's posting in there, and it's great. I can make announcements and things of that nature. And I don't know if you guys really feel like it's not your place, or you really feel like, you don't know what you can post. But as long as it's not profanity, as long as it's something in the light of success and personal growth and development and helping somebody level up and get to another level, as long as it's not something about another company, And man, post it. Let's have some fun with our prosperity community. Talk about your successes, talk about your excitement, talk about let's celebrate your temporary wins. Well, not temporary win, but your baby step wins, right? The IPA report was created for us to set goals on Saturday and then celebrate those goals on Friday, right? That's the culture that we're creating. The fifth key is schedule for success. And this is the most important, you guys. And this is where I see a lot of people falling off the cliff like Huxtable, right? Because every successful person I've ever met lived by a schedule. In his best-selling book, Schedule for Success, James Network CEO Paul D. Jones always says there's no way for you to become successful if success isn't on your schedule. You must figure out when you're going to put in the work towards attaining your financial goals. A lot of people, see, this is how the mind works, right? This is how the mind works. If I say I'm going on a mile run, right? I turn on the Apple Watch and I just start running right here, like boom, right? I'm going on a mile run. After a while, I'm gonna get sweaty. After a while, my legs are gonna get tired. After a while, my heart rate is going to get up. But also, if my goal, if my purpose is distance, if my purpose is to go a mile, after a while, my brain is going to start to recognize I'm not going anywhere. It's going to start to recognize and get overwhelmed and get tired. And what that really, in layman terms, there's a difference between activity and productivity. And a lot of people make the mistake of being active in their business, but they're not doing profitable activities. They're not doing things that produce a result or produce an income. And we only get paid to do two things in this business: gather customers and teach others to do the same. In other words, gather representatives. Okay? So checking your email, looking in the back office, checking the Focus Institute, those are all great things to do to help you grow, help you learn. But you got to schedule productive time for your business. And to do this, it's important for you to look at the current schedule and know where your current time commitments are. This way you can determine what's helping you reach your goals and what's not. Man, I'm not trying to get you to have a second job or third job for some of you. I'm not trying to get you to feel overwhelmed or stressed. This business is supposed to be fun and exciting. But if you're on an island, it's great if you schedule time. But if you're on an island and you're doing everything by yourself, it's also easy to get beat up and get frustrated. Man, I schedule an hour a day to do my business. But if during that hour a day, you're getting punched in your face by yourself, you're not using your sponsor, your upline to help you become successful, then after a while, you associate that hour with being punched in your face. And that's not something you can control. It's a psychological thing. I was on the My Credit is Better radio show, and Mr. Jones he told a story. There were 5 monkeys in a cage, right? And these 5 monkey scientists put 5 monkeys in a cage, and they put a banana on top of a ladder, right? And after a while, one monkey would go up the ladder to try to get the banana. They're like, yo, I need to get my grub on. And the other 4 monkeys that didn't go up the ladder, they would hose them down with really cold water. So after a while, anytime a monkey tried to go up and get the bananas, the other monkeys would be like, yo, bump that. You ain't getting us hosed down. And they would beat up the monkey trying to go up. Well, after a while, the scientists experimented and they replaced one of the monkeys. And that monkey, because he hadn't been in the environment, he hadn't been in the culture, he went up the ladder, he seen the food. He was like, yo, I want to get some food for me and my family. So he went up, and immediately the other 4 monkeys was like, yo, you don't know how we get down around here. Beating him up, right? And that process continued to duplicate itself, where they would switch out one monkey And that one monkey obviously would go up and then get beat up. And eventually all 5 monkeys were replaced. And the fifth monkey that was replaced, and keep in mind, as new monkeys, when they replaced the first monkey, they stopped hosing people down because they performed the beat down, right? So when the 5th monkey was replaced and naturally said, yo, I see food, I'm gonna go after the food, the other 4 monkeys, which were all new monkeys that have never been hosed down before, they beat up that monkey because it was a learned behavior. They didn't even know why they were beating up the monkey. If monkeys could talk and you wouldn't ask them and say, yo, why are you beating up the monkey trying to go for the food? They will say, I don't know. That's just what we're supposed to do. It's so many times. Right now, we're going after our food. We're going after success for us and our family, prosperity for us and our family. And other people are out there trying to beat you up and don't even know why. They're just a crabs in a barrel mentality. But you got to be able to weather that storm and know where your support network is. Okay? And that starts with scheduling productive time for your business and knowing what to do during that time. A majority of people don't survive in business due to a lack of self-discipline. You can't do it on your own. That's why we have a team. Okay? That's why you have a sponsor. That's why you have an upline. You got to rely on them. But most people make the mistake of trying to fit their business in their already busy lives, when in reality, you got to schedule for success. All right? Your first week is the most important. And the only thing that you want to focus on is completing the ABC success and getting to become a superstar. Excuse me. So Saturday, that's when the week starts. That's why we have training. That's when we get you fired up. We'll give you the call to action and go out and crush it. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, we got calls. Fridays is accounts payable. So what happens by Friday, you're paid the following Friday. All right. 6th key to success is strategize. We lower your taxes using the rapid pay raise. We lower your expenses using smart financial decisions. We lower your debt by using the extra income, to add money to your payments, whether it's a car note, a house note, a credit card, whatever the case may be. We increase your credit score using My Financial Worth, powered by My Credit is Better. And we increase your cash flow by applying the strategies of all the lowers that we just talked about. And the overall goal, when you strategize, we want to obtain your freedom number and use JMG Network to obtain that freedom number. Strategy over sales. Okay. Seventh key to success is complete the training. So many times people get started and then they get distracted because they don't just make the decision to just get the training out the way. They don't have a sponsor or upline helping them say, yo, just get this knocked out, get this out the way. Let's get it done. See, when people get people started, they sit down. It's like, no, when somebody gets started, that's our baby. That's somebody that we're helping. We're nurturing them. We're helping them every step of the way to become successful. So you got to help them. And your goal is to at least get them through the ABCs to success so they understand everything. So yeah, you may have to be on them in the beginning. Yeah, you may have to check in with them. Yeah, you may have to connect with them, because the 3 is to partner with 3 people and help them make a decision and get qualified. But you also want to be responsible for them. Okay, because the leverage of the business is everybody is just responsible for their 3, their personal sponsor. So when I connect with my 3, right, I connect with Dre, Terry, and Queese, right? Boom, now it's their job. You know, Dre reaches out to Keisha, Sean, and David. And then they reach out to their 3. And everybody is making sure that their 3 is good. Their 3 has the understanding. Their 3 knows what's going on. The difference between amateurs and professionals is training, you guys. Okay. So part B, 10 reasons. We're going to start flying through this thing because I want to make sure that you guys get this, right? When you're doing your reasons, this exercise may be uncomfortable for a lot of people because most people don't set goals, and that's why they don't really have results. But what I found is that people who don't have strong enough reasons, they quit at the first sign of adversity. The first time they get punched in their mouth and somebody tells them no, they start doubting, oh man, this thing might not work for me. Forget the fact that I'm in it and I've made 7 figures. Forget the fact that there's other people in it who've made 5 and 6 figures. Forget the fact that the network marketing industry as a whole has tons of millionaires, tons of thousandaires, tons of hundredaires. They just think that they're in a bubble and it's not going to work. Oh, it doesn't work for everybody. It's not for everybody. That's a lie. It works for anybody who's willing to do. It works for anybody who's willing to make the one decision that they want something more out of life, but more importantly, they're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. So if they're not willing to do that, that's right. It's not for them. That's why that's the first step in our strategy. Okay. But we have to identify what you want so that we can help you get it. And it's important for you to understand these reasons can be small or large goals. They can be lifelong dreams, helping your church, helping your favorite charity, someone in need, or it could be a pain that you like to avoid. Sometimes you see those people on the street asking for money and you're like, man, I don't want to be that person. That could be one of your reasons. But your reasons need to be as detailed as possible because you need to visualize them, right? I could say I want a car. And right, I want a car on my reasons, right? Keisha could say she want a car on her reasons too. But just saying you want a car is not enough to visualize that car. What kind of car do you want? You want a Nissan, a Mercedes, a Porsche? You want an SUV, a crossover, a sedan, a coupe? What color is that car? What kind of interior is in that car? You want to be as detailed as possible because the more detailed you are, the more real it becomes. And the more real it becomes, the harder it is for you to walk away from that thing when it gets tough. Man, somebody punches you in the face and tells you no. Damn, it hurt. I see that car. I see that car that I want. And you see all those details in your head. And it doesn't have to be a car. It could be a house. It could be helping your mom, your dad, or somebody in your family. It could be financial and time freedom. But whatever those things are, get as detailed as possible. You want to pay off debt. How much is the debt? Know to the very last penny what you got to pay off that debt. Put it as your reasons. Well, I don't want anybody in my business. You guys, we got to get out of that mindset of people being in your business. You want people in your business who can assist you with getting that business accomplished. Because when I look at your reasons, I pray and I meditate on how I can help you achieve those reasons. Those are the type of people that you want in your business. People who are going to reach for a higher power and go to another level and use God, use the universe or whatever you want to call it to help you accomplish it. Once you complete your reasons, make at least a 6-month commitment. And this 6-month commitment is to go hard. It's to give 120% effort to reaching your goals and reaching your dreams. If I commit to a marriage for 6 months, but during those 6 months, I don't communicate, I don't text, I don't take her out on any dates, I'm not a good husband, then that's not a commitment. You guys want to commit to being all in and following this system and using James G. Net Worth to accomplish your reasons. Now, I actually recommend making a 3 to 5 year commitment because we commit to our jobs for as long as we want. Some of you are miserable in your jobs. Some of you hate your jobs, but you stay and you go there every single day, whether you're there in person or whether you get out of bed and you roll over on your computer. You get out and you pissed off every single day, but you keep going. Here, the smallest adversity, you're saying, oh, I don't know if I want to do this business anymore. You get somebody started, that person quit. Oh, I don't know if this is a thing for me. You got to realize that you got to connect with people who want their goals and dreams more than, just as much as you want your goals and dreams. But we're adding people to the team just for the sake of saying, hey, I got somebody on the team, and that person ain't even serious. So naturally, when they quit, that's what people who aren't serious do. You're like, you start doubting yourself. You got other successful people that you see are successful or that you are able to work with, but you let the quitter influence your decision. So it really comes down to the amount of time, your goals, dreams, and accomplishing your 2 financial objectives are worth to you. All right. The VIP list. There are two main ways to attract people to this business and make them aware of what we have to offer: prospecting and marketing. Prospecting is the art of actively engaging, inviting people that you know, friends, family, and associates, to take a look at what we have to offer. Notice I said invite and not convince or sell, because that's not what we do. It's funny, I always talk to people and they're like, this isn't for me, because I'm the type of person that I'll show it to you, and if you don't want to do it, I just keep it moving. Great. You're the type of person I'm looking for, because I don't want you to sell or convince. I want you to just show the plan, and either their window is open or it's not. We're not looking to sell or convince anybody. Marketing is the art of passively planting seeds through various marketing techniques: flyers, drop cards, sizzle cards, leads, whatever the case may be. And we're attracting those who are already looking or open to what we have to offer. Now, marketing is more of a long-term technique because it takes a little bit longer. Prospecting is a little bit hands-on, and it gets you results faster. That's why we focus on prospecting right away. And you make a list of 50 people to practice prospecting with. Keyword practice. See, if the people that you knew could make you wealthy, you'd already be wealthy. So number one, we're planting the seed with them because we don't want them to come back to you and say, hey, Keisha, you making all this money with James G. Net Worth. Why didn't you tell me about it? So you plant the seed and you practice the conversation with them just so you can get good. So as you start marketing, your conversation game is a lot better. You feel comfortable having conversations with people. All right. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking they know who would or who wouldn't be interested in a business like this. Please do not prejudge or think you know what your contacts will do. Just make the list. Remember, it's your job to make the list. It's their job to decide if they should be on it or not. The golden rule is, if we don't put them on the list and if we don't go talk to them, somebody else will. And I found that out the hard way. Step D, strategize. All right. James G. Net Worth picks off where the traditional financial advisor stops. All right. Our goal is to help you achieve your freedom number, which is the amount you must invest on a monthly basis to reach your financial retirement goals. If you go talk to any financial advisor, they're going to ask you, hey, what age do you want to retire? How much do you have in your savings right now? How much money do you want to have when you retire? And how long do you need that money to last you? Right? Then they're going to come up with a number, which is your freedom number. They're going to say you need to invest this amount of money on a monthly basis in an account making about 8% interest for you to achieve your goal, right? But they don't tell you how to achieve that amount. They don't tell you how to achieve that number. And that's where James G. Net Worth comes into play. All right. Once you identify your freedom number, it's our job to help you use our strategies and the compensation plan to give you the vehicle to obtain that freedom number in a timely fashion. So whether you make a penny in James G. Net Worth or not, we're going to show you through our strategies, through our rapid pay raise, through our financial strategies, how to level up, get out of debt, and get to that freedom number to be able to reach your retirement goals. What James G. Net Worth does is it allows you to accelerate that process. The residual income, bonus income accelerates that process. And that's why we do it. All right, so that's the 48-hour pre-launch, you guys. That's the 48-hour pre-launch. All right. So the business launch, the goal of the business launch is to help you successfully launch your new business and implement the strategies to speed up the wealth creation process. All right. So one decision. This decision is so important because a wise man once told me that amateurs join businesses, but professionals launch them, right? So that's why you want to launch your business, because our business is a personal growth and development business with the compensation plan attached. So in simple terms, we're going to pay you to become a better version of yourself by giving you the tools and the exact roadmap to follow to become successful. Will it be easy? Absolutely not, but it will be simple. Like, that's why it always amazes me when people allow themselves to get to the place of quitting. And there's nothing wrong with the thought, but you gotta fight the thought off in your head before it gets to action. Because once you commit the action, you make the mistake. And that's with anything in life. Man, I'm thinking about Shorty right there, man. She looks fine. As long as that thought stays in my head, it's good. But when I go get them digits and when I show up to her crib and I commit, what's it called? Infidelity, or, I forget the word. Whatever you do when you cheat on your spouse, boom, then it's a wrap. I made a mistake. Oh man, that dude pissed me off, man. I'm gonna get him. Boom. I made a mistake. I committed a felony. As long as that stays in my head and I write it off in my head, it's a totally different thing. We all have thoughts and we all have things that go through our head at different points. You're going to have periods where you're frustrated and you think about quitting. I'm telling you that now. It's okay, but it's your response to those thoughts that you have to master. Otherwise, you might make the mistake of quitting. And yeah, I call it a mistake because you are in a beautiful place in the formulation period with one of the companies in network marketing that is really committed to helping people reach success. We don't have some flim flam product that may be gone next month. We don't have some stupid people at the top who are greedy. We got a good team. We got good management. We got a good leader. We got a good team within Focus. You guys are in a special place to do something special in your life by helping other people do something special in their life. And you got to embrace that and understand that you are a part of a huge movement. Okay, you're a part of a huge movement during the civil rights movement since we're in Black History Month. There's people who made a lot of sacrifices. There's people who did a lot of things. People who marched from one city to another. I'm sure their feet hurt. I'm sure they were tired, but they understood that they were a part of a bigger goal, a bigger mission. I don't think, at some point, some of the civil rights leaders were like, yo, man, I'm tired, man. I'm gonna sit this one out. Hey, baby, come pick me up, man. Drive the car, meet me in this city and take me back home. It didn't happen like that because they understood that what they were working on, what they were doing, were part of a bigger vision, was a part of something greater. Yes, they had personal goals and personal things that they wanted to accomplish, but they understood that they were a piece of a greater whole. And each and every one of you listening to the sound of my voice, you're a part of a greater whole. We're doing something special. And while we don't need you, we want you, okay? And what I mean by that is a lot of people get confused, like, oh, you need me, so I'm gonna say what I want and do what I want. No, we just want you. We want you to be a part of the community. We want you to be a part of the vision. I want to help you reach your goals and your dreams. But if you ever for one moment think that I need you, then you're mistaken, because I can go out and I can recruit anybody. And I want you to have the same mentality as you bring people in. Don't ever let somebody think that you need them. It is a pleasure. It is a benefit. It is a greatness to be a part of the Focus Freedom Movement, be a part of JMG Net Worth. It is a privilege. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. We're going to pour everything into you and into people. But they got to appreciate it and they got to want it, their goals and dreams as much as we want our goals and dreams. All right. So our launch strategy is success with JMG is simple as 1, 2, 3. Make one decision that you want something more out of life. That's what we're talking about right now. But more importantly, you're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. Gather 2 My Financial Worth customers who qualify to get paid. Partner with 3 people and teach them to do the same thing. Make a decision and get qualified. That gets you to superstar status, baby. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about that decision. That decision is making a commitment to see the job through. A commitment is the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or activity. Our cause is personal growth and development. Our cause is 2 financial objectives. Our cause is financial and time freedom. Okay, our cause are whatever your 10 reasons are, or at least your top 3. Some of the things that come with the word commitment are dedication, devotion, allegiance, loyalty, or faithfulness. These are the things that you want to embrace as part of your character, because here's the thing. How you do anything is how you do everything. So recognize quitters are going to quit. It's in their nature. And it's easy for them to justify why they're going to quit so that it's okay in their head. But most people who are quitters, they quit on other things too. Don't take it personal. Just recognize that's who they are. And I made the mistake. When somebody gets to a place of quitting, right? You want to allow them to quit. You want to allow them to let them go. Don't disrespect them. Don't tell them, oh, you're stupid or anything like that. Because if you do that, then when they recognize their mistake and they decide to come back, which happens, is very rare because a lot of times pride doesn't let it happen. But if they make that decision, they're going to think about how you made them feel when they quit. So always be supportive with people. Always show them love. Highlight their mistake without being disrespectful. Show them the error of their thoughts without being disrespectful. And people will appreciate you for that later, even if they don't rejoin the team, okay? But we all have different strengths and weaknesses. But building a team isn't about what you or any one person can do alone, okay? It's not about your talents. It's not about how well you talk to people. It's not about how well you connect with people, because that's not duplicable. That's not duplicatable. I learned that the hard way. But how you can utilize our proven system and teach others to do the same thing, that is mastery, and that will get you a long way. Always remember, personalities don't duplicate, but systems do. Here's a tough one to swallow. Success has nothing to do with your feelings, your thoughts, your opinions, or your doubts, or your fears. It has everything to do with following directions. Now, don't get me wrong. Your feelings are important. Your thoughts are important. Your opinions can be important. Your doubts and fears are not important at all. You will reach success when you understand how to follow directions. At your job right now, they give you a task. They tell you what to do. Do they care how you feel about it? Do they care about your thoughts about it? Do they care about your opinion? No, they say, do this, get it done. This is how the job goes. This is what the requirements are. This is what your job description is. They don't care how you feel about it or your thoughts about it, because that's what they feel like reaches equals success in their business, right? You're either creating leverage for yourself and your family, or you're being leveraged off of. Our goal is to help you create leverage for you and your family. A wise man once said, find somebody who's where you want to be, and then shut up and listen to them. What sucks is so many people hear that quote and they get so caught up with being told to shut up. Oh, man, you telling me to shut up? What the hell's wrong with you? Nah, man, I'm not telling you to shut up. I'm just sharing the quote with you. But a lot of people don't know how to be quiet. A lot of people don't know how to just listen. If you're doing network marketing, I've made 7 figures doing this. I'm an ESD and founding member in JMG Net Worth. So you're doing network marketing and you're in JMG Net Worth. I might be able to teach you how to be successful. Get out of your own head, get out of your own feelings, and just listen. It may be scary sometimes. It may be out of your comfort zone, but I promise you it's well worth venturing outside of your comfort zone and your fears, because that's where success lies. All right. Two customers to get qualified. There's 3 ways to get qualified quickly, you guys. Give someone my financial worth to someone, a spouse, a child, a family member, or a friend who may or may not be able to take advantage of the benefits. When you give my financial worth to somebody, it's not about if they could take advantage of it. It's not about if they need it or not. It's about you getting qualified. You want to be qualified so that you can go out and you can help people change their life financially in many different ways. And you're not able to do that if you're so focused on getting another customer so that you're qualified. You're missing out on the many other people who are praying for an opportunity right now. There's more people who are looking for an opportunity right now than just need credit repair. Because guess what? We have the ability to show you how to get paid to repair your credit. So instead of looking for customers, let's look for business partners, because multiplication is better than addition any day of the week. All right. The second way is to set up a demo account. Demo account is a secondary My Financial Worth account in your name, used for the purpose of demonstrating the benefits of My Financial Worth to potential customers without exposing them to your personal information. Okay. Third way is ask for a favor. Everybody doesn't have a list of people who would never tell them no. Everybody doesn't have the ability or the cash flow to actually invest in and pay for their second customer. Now, I will challenge people. Understand, you're starting a business. Your goal is to make smart business decisions, right? If you got like every cable channel in the book, if you're going out to eat all the time, or you going to drink all the time, and then you saying you can't afford $50 a month so that you can get qualified, as your sponsor, your upline, I'm going to challenge you, because that's not being smart with your money. That's not making smart financial decisions. Those things are just expenses, and they have no chance of being write-offs. They have no chance of being deductions. All right. So we want to shift the focus and make smarter financial decisions. Okay. But asking for a favor is pretty powerful too, because it can get you well past your 2 customer qualification. A combination of both is always great, right? Go ahead and pay for your 2 customers so that you're always qualified, right? That way that you control your qualification. You make sure that no matter what, you're qualified to get paid. You have to see the vision of where we're taking this thing, right? You got to see the vision of the potential money that you have on the table. And when you see the vision of the potential money that you have on the table, then guess what? You won't think about it as, oh, I'm paying another $50. You'll see the vision of, okay, where am I going, and the type of money that I can make, the potential money that is on the table. So I always recommend paying for your second mile financial with customer yourself, so that you can get qualified, you can control your qualification, and then we can focus on helping other people change their life financially. We can ask for favors later, but guess what? When we show the presentation, people are either a 1, 2, or 3. And you're going to get other customers from people who say they're a number 2 because they're not confident enough to build the business. All right. Everything that we do, everything that we set up is strategic. All right. Everything is set up strategically. So number 3 people with 2 customers, who are qualified to make a decision. Business income is all about leverage. At a job, you're the only person responsible for your income. So if something happens to you, something happens to your income. People got to get that. When you have a home business, once you build it, you're able to make money even when you don't work. You make money in your sleep. So part G, 3 people, we want to have a grand opening, right? We want to have a grand opening. We want to send out a text amount. We want to send out an announcement on social media. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. And you just putting the word out. No different if you started a restaurant, you started a store. Some of you have had thoughts about starting a restaurant or starting a store. What would you do? You would put the word out. Yo, I'm opening this store. It's opening March 1st. Everybody come check us out, right? That's all you're doing. You're making an announcement, right? Then you want to work with your sponsor or your support person to contact your top 20 list within your first week, right? You want to work with them to connect with your people in your first week. And then you want to continue to spread the word by sending out 10 text messages per day to your contacts. Success is simple if you let it be. But let's talk about working with your success person, because a lot of people drop the ball on this step, right? A lot of people made their list, which was great. A lot of people had their top 20, which was great. But then you just send text messages to everybody. And the problem with sending text messages to everybody is, we live in a world where people communicate with tech, but that's a fearful method because you're scared to pick up the phone. And it's okay. But what happens is people don't know how excited you are over text. People don't hear your conviction over text. People don't know how serious you are over text. So when you're texting them, sometimes they may even think that you're not serious. Sometimes they may think it's somebody got your phone and they're spamming them. So we have a very simple rejection-free script, right? And that rejection-free script is simply telling somebody, I'm excited. I got started working from home. I'm looking for people with leadership and management skills. So naturally, I thought about you. Man, now they're feeling good about themselves. Like, yo, that's what's up. In their head, they're saying, yeah, I got leadership and management skills. And then you take it away from them. I don't know if you're looking for ways to make extra money or not. But I do know you know the right type of people I should be talking to. Can you do me a favor and take a look at this information and let me know who you know that could benefit, right? The only goal is to get them in front of the information. Let the information do what it does, because either their window is open or not. If they're interested, they'll say, hey, they'll raise their hand and say, I'm interested. Holla at me. Let me know what's going down. Give me more information. If not, then they may or may not give you a referral. This technique is it works like gangbusters, because if they say, no, I'm not interested, you're not feeling rejected because you weren't asking them anyway. You were asking, who do they know? And even if they don't want to tell you who they know, it's not as bad as calling somebody and saying, hey, I got a business I want you to see. No. Oh, damn. You just hurt me, cut me deep. You got me feeling some type of way. So embrace this, you guys. Embrace this. All right. Closing remarks. I'm not going to go over the closing remarks because we're already over the time that I wanted to be. But understand, you guys, you can't compare yourself to other people. You got to understand that you are right smack in the middle of the timeliest wealth building opportunity in America today. Network marketing is going to get bigger over the next 2 to 5 years than it's ever been. And James G Net Worth is right smack in the middle with a product that's the foundation of what people need. And as we add additional products and services, then we're just going to increase your income anyway. There's no better time, man. People are going to get involved. You just got to ask yourself, do you want them to get involved in your downline or not? There's a quote that I live by. You can play now and pay later, or you can pay now and play for the rest of your life. Man, let's go ahead and get this knocked out, get this done right here in 2021. This is seed time, and let's enjoy the harvest in 2022 and beyond. That's what it's all about, you guys. So I just want to share this, and I'm almost done, you guys. I'm sorry I went over, but this is very important to understand. There's 3 types of people in our population. There's 3 percenters. These are people who have influence. These are people who can tell somebody what to do and they do it. These are people that people just follow, right? And it's great to be an influential person, but those are the type of people who build their business on their personalities. They don't have systems. So they have a large hole in the bottom of their bucket, because just as fast as they can get people in, people are falling out because they're not giving them any substance. They're not giving them a system to follow. And they quickly realize that their personality isn't that person's personality. So they can't get people in like that. All right. Then there's 27 percenters, and that's most of the population. The 27 percenters, they don't have as much influence. I mean, there's people who kind of fall into both categories. As you see, they overlap a little bit. But a 27 percenter says, hey, I'm hungry. I got goals. I got dreams. I want to make it happen for me and my family. If you show me a system, if you teach me how to do it, I'll follow it. Right. And those are the people, that's the bread and butter. That's our target market. Those are the type of people that we're looking for, because those are the type of people who are going to follow directions, follow the system, and be committed, right? Then you got 70% of the population. 70% of the population aren't going to do anything. They're going to die with their music still in them. They're just broke, busted, and disgusted, and they're not willing to do the work that it takes to get it. And you have to recognize and be okay with that, and not keep trying to push the 70 percenters. I made the mistake a lot of times in life of trying to pull the 70 percenters because I wanted it better for them than I wanted it for myself. I wanted it better for them than I wanted it for myself. And that formula never works. You only want to work with people who want their goals and dreams just as much as you want your goals and dreams, their goals and dreams, just as much as you want your goals and dreams. So understand our process. It's really simple. It's really easy. The person makes one decision that they want something more out of life, but more importantly, they're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. So they join James G Net Worth. It's only $20. Everybody got $20. Everybody. That's why we need to be out sounding the trumpet, sounding the alarm, right? Then they gather their 2 My Financial Worth customers. I recommend paying for both, but at least be your own, right? But if you pay for both, now that's $120, right? That's $120 that you've invested into yourself, into your future, into your business, into your goals and your dreams. And then they go and they get their rapid pay raise. They say, you know what, I'm gonna stop overpaying the government. I'm gonna get that money up front because it's mine, and I'm gonna do what I choose to do with it to make it grow and work for me. So now you have 120 going out, but you have at the very least 200 coming in. You're in the black, $80, right? You're winning. You got at least $80 coming in. That's immediate gratification. You don't feel like, oh, I'm spending more money than I'm bringing in right now, because you see the tangible results. And then you go out and create leverage. You partner with 3 people and you teach them to do the same thing. Make a decision and get qualified. when they get their rapid pay raise, they'll see the immediate gratification as well. You'll become a superstar, eventually a rock star, have that 150 coming in. But understand, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Nothing to lose, but everything to gain. So the call to action for everybody this week, all right? The call to action for this week is very important. I need you guys to follow through because we want to end Black History Month. We want to end this month with a bang because March starts network marketing season, all right? So the first thing I need you to do, I need you to recommit to yourself. Make one decision that you want something more out of life, but more importantly, you're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. Because I'm going to tell you, at this point in the game, you need to lead, follow, or get the hell up out the way because it is about to go down and you are going to miss out if you're not willing to go after your goals and go after your dreams. All right. Number 2, make your social media announcement. A lot of you got involved and you didn't do that. So let's do that this week. Let's do it this weekend. Put out the post. I'm going to send out and tell you guys exactly what to do. You know what to say. You know, it's very simple. You can actually go back to the ABCs to success. And it's right there in the actual video. We're in the F or G, you know, part G. Go to part G. You'll see the images in the download section. You'll see the words on the screen. All right. Number 3, I want you to revisit your reasons. Reconnect with why you're doing this. Revisit them. Make sure they're still in alignment with your future and what you desire. All right. Number 4, get your rapid pay raise. Why you keep playing with it? Why are you not following directions? Because the rapid pay raise is what separates us from any other company. If you don't understand it, then get with your sponsor, get with your upline, get with me. Let me help educate you so that you can understand it. Go to the strategize section in the 48-hour pre-launch or 24-hour pre-launch and watch the IRS video. Guys, this is what wealthy people do. It's not just me making up something and you're about to get in trouble. You guys, it's all about education. I'm educating you on what wealthy people do so that you can do the same thing. Guys, this is how we're able to get ahead, and the middle class and the poverty minded just can't get over the hump. And then I want you to get qualified to my financial worth customers, okay? To my financial worth customers. Pick somebody, pay for them to get the service. Let's get you qualified so that we can focus on helping you become a superstar, you guys. With that, I want to thank you for staying in it, hanging in there. You know, we went a little over, but man, I really hope that you found value in today's training because moving forward this week, it's going to be a big week for a lot of results and a lot of growth. I want to help that grow. I want to help you be a part of that growth and a part of that results. Always remember, you're the best investment that you got. You're born to win. So play to win right now because you are already a champion. I love you. I got your back. And I'll hear you all on the next James Net Worth Lifestyle Enhancement Call. Peace.